Hello everyone, welcome to Toyeen Talks. Ejeka enjoy. Until I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe, stay blessed. I love you all. Bye.
Every one of us on this platform, we have our stories, we have our background, and we may not know everyone's story, but then when issues like this, rise, it is best, we tackle it, based on experiences, maybe what you have seen out there, or maybe personal experience. So that is where I want to come in now, and I'm going to be highlighting, Papa Rhino's question, if you believe in karma or not. Now, somebody made a statement that says that, if Asake had a memory of his father, I think that is a valid thing. Why you are growing up, why a child is growing up, if the child has the memory of the father, it can still, pave way a little. The child can still soften pedal, maybe in nearest future. But in my own experience, at least please
All
mute.
yeah, oh, sorry.
Now, in my own experience, I was, at least I think I was 5 years, when my dad left, and it was not only me. We are five of us. So typically, he left 5 children for a woman, and that is where the beginning of the struggle began. So when a man dies and the family is struggling, and maybe the child grows up and all of those things, it's still better, because you know that, okay, the man is not alive. But in a situation whereby you know that the man is alive, but is nowhere to be found, situation whereby your dad lives and you don't even know where he is, no traces, that time there's no phone, there's nowhere you can even think of, say, okay, let me look for this man in this kind of place. So he left, and the struggle began. All of us, even my younger sister, the last one was just barely a year, that time, So now, when he did all he could, and the struggle began, and for more than 25 years, I didn't see him. I didn't even know where he is. Nobody saw him. It was just blank, like, just like saying you don't have a father out of your your life and all of those things. And while growing up, yes, it affected our self-esteem. It affected my self-esteem. That was what bet the reason why my mom had to take me to the orphanage home. Some of you that know the story, that when I shared it, that I live in an orphanage home. So that was what bet it. That was what bet that story, because she couldn't take care of us and she couldn't leave. But the best thing she could do for us is to just take us, me and my younger sister anyway, to a place, to a family where they could train us and care for us and all that. But the rest, they went through life. Is it education that didn't affect? Is it? So now, when we grew up, my father came back into the scene, when I was about graduating from school. I went to a TV school. So when I was about finishing, that was when he came back, and I still didn't even see him until after my youth service, because of distance and all of those things. So even my sisters, my brothers, they've already, they're already grown to, they've have some things doing for them, and even that up to this moment, some of those things still affect us, as children, even when we try to make ends meet and all of those things, those struggles, the setbacks and all of those things. Now, my point is this, now he came back, and the way we saw himself, it was a very funny way, like a very, very funny way. And he will come up with a normal father pleading excuses. This was the reason why I left, because of my mom, blah, 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 this, da, da, da. The excuses were there. But, the anger was also there for us as kids, as children, the anger was there. You can't take that away, because it was as if, okay, now you are done. Well, now you don't come now. What do you want to come and do? Even that my sister, my elder sister, was okay, now that you have come, what do you want to do? Because everybody, we are not good. We don't need you as a man or as a father anymore. But the question is, was he doing well at the time he came back? No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He didn't even, you don't have to, maybe he heard somewhere that maybe even with you, we are in our best, Yes, we are now with some maybe we have money, it's not as if maybe he had something like that. It still meets us in a way that okay, these children are still struggling and all of those things. But you are coming back with nothing. And we still have the experience. We're still trying to like bounce out of the struggle. So now, as God will have it, God favored my sister and she became this and that. But the only thing that gave my father this easy way into our lives is the fact that we know God. Let me just say it was God, because left alone for every one of us, we are just telling that no, just we don't need you, just go, and all of those, because of the anger, because of all of those things. Even my sister still say today that if not because of God, like just God will not even be say you have to take care of your father. Listen, that she will not even think of taking care of my father. You understand? So in a situation as that, now I don't know, in a situation of that, karma will only come in when you yourself as a child you start having your own family, and you are trying to take the same step your father or your parent took. That is when I feel. But a child that decides to say no, this is how I grew up, my own children will not go through this, there's nobody, none of my offspring will go through this, and you do your very best to make sure that no, your children will not go through.
You break the chain basically. Even a Christian, so you break the chain.
So you invest in yourself, you invest in your life to make sure your own children will not go through what you went through in the hands of your own father. That is when I feel that karma will not work. It is now left for that child. That your own child, is now left for that child to now grow up and decide to take care of you, because the child will not feel the impact of you as a father or what you went through in the hands of his own grandfather or grandmother. The child will not feel that impact because he's not directly affected. So the child will just want to live his own life and say that maybe my father suffered for me or this, that. The connection, the impact will not be felt in his own life because he's not directly affected.
Listen, the bottom line, the dad shouldn't have
let
come
me
out
land,
like
let
that.
me land, please. So sorry, let me land. So I think karma will only want to play in that scenario, in that situation whereby you yourself will maybe you're not forgotten how you forgotten how you suffered in the hands of your own father, and you decide to now say because some children live with that trauma. Some children grow up to live with that trauma. That is, if you are lucky enough to have your self-esteem in check, to have people that will bring you, that will make you understand that no, this is not how life is. Because if I tell you the people that lived in the orphanage with me then, if I tell you how their life is right now, man, you see all these things we are saying, maybe not because our one side life now we don't see. Nothing. I see one way he live with them bring to that home when he was 3 years old. 3 years old. The guy now don't run mad. The boy don't run mad that they follow it. Or the father is late. It was the father that even brought him.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate, K Crown.
Now,
Nigerian
so it was even the father. It was even the father that brought him.
Yeah, I understand.
It was the father that brought him, and the mother was nowhere to be found. So now, when the child now grew up,
the caring of orphanage in Nigeria is different. I agree with you on that.
So
don't go that route. Don't go that route.
No. I'm only saying, no. The point I'm trying to bring out in this story I'm trying to make, or this is that it takes only God for a child to remember his parents. Forget it. It takes only God. Because by the time you make it as a child, you will first remember yourself.
You are going different direction. Listen.
Exactly.
I am not.
No, you are. You are actually, honestly speaking.
I am not.
Let him talk, please. Let him finish.
Honestly.
Let's get confused.
You don't deviate.
You're debating,
You don't deviate. You don't deviate.
What we're talking about, Asake grew up with his parents.
I understand. I'm only trying to see this case of Asake. I'm only trying to make you understand that I'm only trying to make you understand in this case of Asake now that see what Asake went through. I can tell you that I also went through it because
You can wait,
maybe
you
the
can
father
help
left
the
me.
good.
Hold on.
Where are you going now?
No. Hold on,
My
hold
God.
on, hold on,
Ask
hold on.
question, please.
If Ashake decide
You
today,
guys
no
need to
matter the
understand.
outcry,
Okay,
see,
now
no matter the social media outcry,
let me help you a
see,
bit.
let me
On my
finish.
understanding, on my understanding, what
Let me
K
finish,
Crown is
please.
saying,
Just the point, please.
in order for karma not to kick in, you can correct that situation at that point in time. Look after your
Exactly.
father so that your children can look after you. You can break
What Richie
that.
said, the
That is what
chain,
he's
break
trying
the
to say.
chain. Yeah, that was, no, Richie said already, as you break
Sorry,
the chain.
I
You
want to
said that,
question
yeah.
in that regard as well. Sorry, can I ask a question, please? Now to the men in this house here, in this on this panel, I just want to ask: do being a parent help you understand some certain things and decide to forgive a parent who has hurt you? Does being a parent yourself help you understand? Because the reason why I'm saying this is, anyway, let me just wait for an answer.
You are
Do
right, you are
being a
right.
parent
Listen,
help you?
yeah. Yes, it helps you because now that you're in that shoe as well, right? There's some certain expectation from your children as a father, to deliver to them. And if you are lacking, if you are failing in those aspects, then you
Thank you.
understand that maybe my parents too, maybe it doesn't matter where you are. Maybe you travel abroad, even in abroad, we struggle sometimes.
Thank you,
In abroad,
Milati.
you go
Thank
through a
you.
lot of things.
Yeah,
So that's my own
Because
understanding.
let me tell you
in that
this.
regard,
Let me
yes.
tell you this, right? When we growing up, our parents, I mean, I'm just talking from my own experience. That was a strict disciplinary measures, right? You get chastised, you get caned and all that. But bro, you can't put a cane to a kid. Are you getting the point? And you want to improve on what your parent taught you. We're not going to work negative. You're going to work positive. You takes away what is not meant to be the way you live in, and then you add more qualities to your kid's life. And at the end of the day, they'll be fine. But that discipline is
Yeah,
quite
exactly.
important. Yeah.
Lucy, can I say something, please? You see, the reason why I asked this question is this: if had it been Ashake, although I didn't really follow the story very well, and I don't know much about the Ashake himself. But I just want to say, if Ashake has become a parent now, not the one that because I was meant to understand that he has a daughter that lives with the baby, the baby mama. If Ashake has become a parent that is active, like he's in the life of that child and they are living together, and he has to do daddy rules, like daddy duties, then he would have understanding. He would choose, like he
Exactly.
would decide to forgive his dad. Because you know what, the reason why I'm saying
Thank you
this
so
to you
much.
is because the father of my children had a very strenuous relationship with his dad before he himself became a father. Okay, when I came into his life, I tried everything I could to bring that relationship back. But even though the things I heard that happened, even me myself, I was like, nah, this man really messed up. But I tried all I could, but it wasn't working. The moment
Good woman.
the father of my children became a father, and you know what God did? God now gave him boys. Gave him boys like his dad. Gave him boys because the dad also had, two boys before, yeah. So he now had boys, and he now saw how hard it was to provide, to train, to nurture, to take care of boys, to raise boys. And I saw him by himself. He started reaching out to the dad. The dad had tried all he could to reach out to him. He wasn't answering, he wasn't responding. But as soon as he became a father, he now started, realizing that, oh, so this is what this man went through. This is it. Him himself had to travel back to Nigeria to strengthen that relationship. And today they are good. They are good. Their bodies. They
And
like
see,
I don't
Ex-
even know
this
the
is my story.
relationship that
In
they
fact,
now
see,
have.
exactly.
this is my
That's a good way to
this is
go.
my this is my story. When my dad traveled when I was age of 5, he traveled to London, right? I didn't get to hear from him, like get to hear from him every day. At the Paris here, my papa de London, you know, even they call me, I go to vex. At the point, he shall carry me come London. Now, when he carry me come, I want to say, those times, paper no day, and struggle too much, share you get. Now, I came to London, paper was easy, did it for me. My friends, we don't get papa for London. I see the way they struggle hard to get paper. I see how crazy it is, how people run away from immigration and all of that. Now, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have blamed him or get angry or get cranky at him at the point. Do you understand? So sometimes life is just, it has a shape that you have to follow, it's a pattern. When I have my own kids too, I make sure that what happened to me, I don't want to be giving one child any explanation, saying, don't worry, I'm so sorry. I couldn't, I'm there, I'm playing my role 247. Because if you don't play your role very well, these kids will question you. Dad, where were you? Dad, how come you didn't take me to training? Dad, how come you?
And now you have come to Asake's story.
Yes.
That's what I said. Before you blame Asake, before you blame Asake, try to know the story first.
I am not blaming Asake. I said the humanity in me
Let me say something
is
again.
what brought out the emotional part. I'm not blaming Asake.
You see, and the thing, what I also noticed about the father of my children is that he now started making conscious decisions. Like he now saw that, oh, okay, his dad was going through this. That was why he did what he did. So him himself is now trying his best not to be like his father. He now understands that, okay, this, like, okay, let's say now there's responsibility of paying school fees. So he worked on himself so that he will not be his father that his son will now, have issues with. So he mended his own relationship with his father and also make sure that he does not become his father in the nearest future.
Because he is a good person. He is a reasonable father. But some father will not be reasonable. They will run away and leave you because they don't want to go through the stress. Even some mother will leave their child. Even some mother will leave their child and go, even in this abroad, because mothers don't want to run every morning. Some father don't want to run school runs for their children. They don't want they don't want to miss that party. They don't want to miss that gathering of their friends. They will still give their children for adoption. It's happening here, even here, that you will not suffer for children and that much. Just your time they need.
Now
People will
everywhere,
still
irresponsible parents.
Exactly. They will give their children out just because they don't want to sacrifice. Me, I'm talking about sacrifice. I'm not talking about money. You have, you don't have, be there for your child. Don't give them away. My mother, I lost my father when I was 9 years. My father left my mother with 6 kids. My mother never remarried till now. That's a sacrifice. She was 30-something years when her husband died and she never remarried. That is a sacrifice I'm talking about. You have to sacrifice. If she was that woman that is not reasonable, she would have gone and remarry because she was still young. She will forget her children. And today, all of us will be scattered everywhere. And who do you think will take care of her? You have to sacrifice, bring your children close. I never remember that my mother will wake me up and say, go out and look for money for me. Never. I leave my mother's house when I married. When I was married around 20-something to 26-7 years, I leave my mother's house. She never sent me out for it. She never bothered me. Like, I want this, I want that. This is the sacrifice. Don't bother your children when you know they cannot provide for you. Provide for them if you can.
It's a different story.
Go out and hustle for your children.
Hold on. On this occasion, honestly, Sasso, it's a different story. Asake has
Mr. Richie, we are talking about general life now.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
We should not just base on Asake, because this is the story that brought Asake here today. You never know what that father did to him. Maybe
this
he was not, because remember they said someone raised Asake.
Listen,
so how
Asake has riches,
Asake has a father and someone else has to raise Asake? How come?
I'm just saying.
For example, Mr. Richie now, I have one of my cousin I brought here. I brought her here. Imagine her father don't have, her mother don't have, and me that at least I suffer for my money to bring her, to give her good life. Who do you think when she becomes somebody to tomorrow, who did you think should be the priority for her first?
Our
Me or her
parents.
Her
parents?
parents,
Her
oh,
parents.
her parents.
Imagine her parents. And what about me that sacrificed my everything for her to
You
get
are
a
not
good
the
You're
life?
already living
What
a
are you
good
guys
life.
parents.
That's all.
saying?
Don't be selfish.
What are
Yeah,
you
you see,
The thing
what
is
are you
that you
guys
don't
saying?
have to
you are
expect
contradicting
anything
yourself.
from her.
You
No,
see,
no,
you
no,
see now,
no.
you
Wait.
see,
I am
you
not
see.
asking.
Come
Wait,
on, come
listen,
on,
listen.
come
I'm not
on.
asking for her to
But
do
you
that
have
for me.
now
But
contradicted yourself.
Contradicting
You are
yourself.
imagine.
also
No, no, no,
full
Carlos,
no,
of
no, no.
spirits.
Wait,
People are
listen.
hypocrite.
You
looking
guys are
to
not
get
listening.
You are
credit
Listen.
for
hypocrite.
Guys, don't
No,
devour
what.
her.
no,
Please cut
That
her
is
The
the
thing
some
no.
is that
slack.
hypocrite
what
of
we
it.
have
You
to
want to
Listen
what
to
we
devour
me
her.
have
People
Cut her
first.
some
just
slack
Oh,
desperate
now.
for
you
every
are going
single
to
thing.
Listen
I
to
go
me first.
divorce.
You are
You
not
You are
listening
divorce
to
me.
standardized
me
for
now.
everybody.
Listen
You
them.
divorce me
Then you
now.
will continue. Listen first. Listen. Wait.
I don't have to
For
listen.
me,
You
listen,
are
Illuminati. I'm
hypocrite.
not expecting. Listen now. Listen. I'm not expecting anything from her because I did it for my heart. But imagine now for all this sacrifice I did for her to succeed. Even now, I'm working for her to eat. Her parents did not do that for her. If I was selfish, I would not bring her. But tomorrow, when she grows up, if the parent will try to say, no, she's our child, she's our this, she's our that, and she forgot what I did for her, is it a good thing?
It's not
That's
forget.
all.
you
Imagine
It's
when
will
she
a normal
not
was
That's
thing.
all.
forget what you
It's a
That's
did
normal
for
all.
her.
thing.
Of course, it's a good thing.
exactly,
That's all.
What is
exactly.
wrong?
That
So
If
shows
she
show
forgets
no,
about
show
some
it,
you
people,
what's
appreciation.
no,
wrong?
no,
What's
You
no,
wrong?
should,
no,
And
you
no.
should
what
This
actually
is
be the
our
other way
What
around.
and
if
you
she
are
listen,
not
actually
You should be
experienced.
the
listen.
one
what
who
if she turns
motivating
out to be
her that
ungrateful?
don't forget your
What if
parents. She
she
be the
turns
one on top of her
Richie?
case.
What if she
Exactly,
turns
Put
I
her
out
see
to be
guys.
first.
ungrateful? What if she turns
Exactly,
out to be ungrateful?
exactly. And
Yeah, so
they are there also.
So many people.
you don't have to be disheartened about it. If you want to do something and you do it from the bottom of your heart, you
That's
should
it.
Do
just
Just
it.
get it.
forget
Move
about
on
Exactly.
what you did.
Yeah, no,
and
no,
move
no. What
on.
I'm saying,
Don't
tomorrow
don't.
some people will say, your parents, they are your parent, they are your parent. But
Yes,
forgetting that this person also, no, 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 no. You don't have to tell her they are your parent. They are, what about they did not do
they are
anything
our
for her to
parents.
succeed?
You're not the
That's all.
parent.
I
You
don't
are
know why
just
Okay,
you. I, I
you are
okay,
a
don't know,
carer.
Let's take
but
it
You are
like
a
this.
okay.
carer.
Because
You are a
becoming a
carer.
parent is a what?
Okay,
You are a
let's
carer.
You
let
cannot
that's
You are a
just
also you
become
carer.
a
brought her to
parent
let's
Europe
without
to
take
come
it like this.
You are a
responsibility.
helper.
Let's
You are
like
contradicting
now
adult.
yourself
the
now.
new
Yes.
generation,
You see?
the new
What I'm
generation
saying,
of today.
you cannot
Let's teach
become a
our
parent
kids.
without your responsibilities. If you want to bring
Listen,
child into this world,
you
try
are
to know that
contradicting
if you bring
yourself.
them, you will
You are
take care.
expecting, listen, you are expecting something in return. That is why you
No,
felt
no,
this
no, no,
way.
no,
You
no, no,
understand?
no, no, no,
If
no,
not,
no, no,
right,
no, no,
you wouldn't
no, no,
say
no.
what would
But
people say.
what
It's
the
simple.
same thing with
Illuminati.
Asake I'm trying to
There's
bring.
there's
Like
there's
somebody
one thing
brought
that
Asake up. He sacrificed for Asake, but the father did not sacrifice for Asake. So who do you think Asake should owe? Because he's the father, but he never
According to
sacrificed
people,
everything
they
for
said
Asake.
Ashake, Papa, his father, start taking care of him since he's 3 years old. His mama run away. I don't know the story, but the father has been is the one that raised Ashake from 3 years old till
Illuminati,
Ashake
So
Illuminati,
when? Till when?
Illuminati.
till
Let's be
till
realistic.
till he gets to
You can
an
tell that that
adult
story
stage.
doesn't hold any
no.
water. You know why?
That is
You know
what
Exactly.
why?
people
We don't
said
know.
now. Emi Omo, I know they there. I'm just
But
putting
Sometimes
based on what people are
they
let's
said
be
saying.
the
logical.
woman have
Let's be
run away, but
logical,
maybe
right?
the
The
mother
mom,
was not running
hold on a
away.
second, guys. The mom followed him everywhere. So the question we should be asking, right, is what's the relationship between the dad and the mom?
Why did the mom left the father and left Ashake?
Exactly. That's the question we should be asking. But to Ashake
So,
listen,
but
and at the same
people
time,
are blaming
listen.
Ashake. They are blaming his father for what? Okay, Ashake
No,
has
no,
a
hold
daughter
on,
now.
hold on, hold on.
Ashake is
You've
not
been
looking
emotional
after the
about the
daughter.
dad. Listen,
Okay.
Illuminati, we have to be very objective here, right? You don't know what kind of father Ashake has, right? And we don't know the relationship between Ashake's mom and and his dad, right? We don't know. But having said that, as Ashake is a grown-up person, right? And with all the blessing God has given to him, are you getting my point? If Ashake spending 100 million on just like a giveaway in Nigeria on every year, is capable of doing that without any age, without any problem to his money. So this guy allegedly, bought a house, car, and gave his dad 100 million about a couple of years back, and the dad squandered the whole thing, right? And maybe that's what got him. Maybe that's what got him to look at this man, right? That's what we call this man. This
Okay.
man, right?
Before I come
And
down,
then
I'm going to come
listen,
down now,
and he's watching, and he was watching him from afar
Richie, I'm going to come down now.
because he got
Let's see.
frustrated.
Let's see Asake
Guys,
Father.
I've got
And I'm saying,
I've
if
got
I
another
were
point
Sheke
of view,
now,
please.
I would take care of
I'm
this
gonna,
man because of his health. Hold on a second.
that was
The
what
man
I
has a stroke.
said.
I will take care
I
of
said,
him, but I will not give
Richie,
him money directly.
Richie, that is
No,
just
no,
what
no
I
yamf
said.
money anymore
I said the
to
humanity in
gamble
me,
with.
with the way Asake is making money now, right? Even though that man has messed up, God has blessed you to the max. Just do your own bit and look away. But let us leave that. Now, Asake Papa is messed up. This. What about Asake that is not standing up to look after his daughter
God bless
and his
you.
baby mother?
God
Okay,
bless you.
what can you say to that?
Do you know the word
As,
demand? Do you know there's a DNA issue around that as well?
no,
What?
the wife,
He never rejected his daughter.
the man
He
said
has never. Ashake has never.
The man said Asake accepted the daughter, and guess what? Ashake's missus and the daughter are living with Ashake's dad.
I actually saw Shaki and his daughter playing in the flat. I saw a picture of it.
So why will the
So why do you
mother?
not say DNA issue now?
Why
But
would the
that's
mother
what I
come
read.
out? No, the father said Asake has never denied, even the missus. But why is the mother coming out to say that Asake abandoned them? What can you guys say to that Ashake's behavior? Because if you say his sister is messed up, Ashake's got money. Why is the missus coming out to say
And do
he has
you know
not?
he's not married yet?
He
It's not
doesn't
about
have to be
marriage now.
married. He's
Say you
got
don't
a
get say you don't get
No,
daughter.
cooking.
I'm just saying that he's not
He doesn't
answering
Baba,
to
have to.
any
He
woman
doesn't
at the
have to be
moment.
married.
He's
Please,
dating
come
can I just say
on.
he's
What
something,
about
dating
his
he's
please?
daughter
dating
now?
this Eva
He doesn't have.
model
He
girl.
Somebody
does not
is
have to be
raising your child.
married. He's got
Somebody
a
is raising your
child. What has
child.
the
Come
child
on.
done?
And I'm just supporting your argument that he hasn't got any commitment elsewhere yet.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Okay,
trying to
me,
say.
I'm seeing some sort of I'm seeing some sort of pattern in Ashake's behavior. It's all about fame. See, I'm a single mom. I've got 2 kids. I'm
But
into
for me,
IT
I will
and I'm
look after
living
the dad,
well.
but I won't put money into his hand anymore. I'll do whatever, get him a carer, whatever to make him feel comfortable. But I will not squander money on him just anyhow.
The
But
point I
I
want to
think
make
that
to you, is that we see there are stories out there, and you appear to be selective about the one that works for your argument positively, and discard the one that works for you negatively. And you see, the thing is, until we fact check all these stories we are reading on the internet, remember, Asake is got a fan base. And remember, when people make up stories, they blow it up because they support the guy. So until we can actually fact check, maybe there is a pattern in this guy's behavior. Maybe there is something about him that causes him to behave the way he does. And I think that when this thing came public, Asake himself allowed it to drag on. And he was posting all sorts of stuff on social media himself. So was he gloating at the time? And how long did he want to gloat until he realized that he's also assisting to actually kill his own brand and his character? So some of these things, when you look at it, there are people naturally that will be wasteful. You give them 100 million today, it will be gone tomorrow. There is no 2 ways about that. And I've seen men.
Thank you.
In their 50s, they have squandered their next generation's inheritance. Have managed to sell all the proceeds within what they've achieved whilst they are living. And after squandering all that, you now in a precarious position. You now have all sort of old age,
and then crying wolf.
And then you want those children, after you squander their inheritance, to still want to come and help you.
Yeah. And then putting the cost on them.
And then some children will see it as if, well, whatever the case may be, he still my father. And don't forget about one thing. When people tell stories and they always want to kind of destabilize a woman's character, people say the story about the woman left at the age of 3. We don't know the story, one. We also do not know whether that child had a good relationship with the mother between the age of 3 and adulthood, somehow in the background. So we are quick to say the mother abandoned him. The mother is now looking after than the father.
Thank you,
What we don't know. Remember when Mohbad was on the last line. Brilliant. When Mohbad, after every negative thing was said about his mother, towards the end of his life, that he did not even know his life was going to be taken that way, he was still able to build a good relationship with his mother, despite all the negativity the dad actually dragged out after his demise. He did everything to connect with his mom, to say,
I'm that he wants them to be married to be together again.
So there are things we need to take into consideration. To remember, it is what Paparano is said about karma. It is the way you, the father, have actually lived your life and dealt with other people, family members, even the child's mom. It is the karma that is going to make Asake behave the way he behaved originally. And he may still not have forgiven the father, because sometimes if you look deep down inside it, perhaps the father, Ashake's father, he's done a lot of wrong to his own dad, who is the child's grandfather.
I mean, thank you.
Then that's exactly the pattern. Because what does Ashake's daughter do?
Please, the Green.
What did you say?
So, can you hear me? Am I audible? So for me, karma is actually just consequence of your actions in life. So regardless, it doesn't have to be family, related. Your karma can actually also come from, killing or maltreating even an animal. That's my understanding of karma. Karma is like your intentions, whether good or bad, that you impute into the world, and your actions. So it can be anything. So if it's so much invested into your family,
you reap whatever you sow.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So that's just it. That's just.
And then we're now connecting karma to this situation on the Ashake's family.
So I just want to just shift the narrative from just karma being because a parent is bad or a child is bad, and it will affect the child's child or the father's children. No, it can actually be you maltreating animals. All these dogs you just bring and you treat anyhow, or cats in your houses. Like, they have karmic influences that it can occur and retaliate in your life. For example, you can just start getting poor, or you start getting sick, or your children start misbehaving. It's every action as an individual. You should be accountable for your actions. You should tend towards the good. You should balance it, and tend towards more of goodwill. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, karma really is literally your attitude as a human being towards everything in life. Sometimes your nonchalance in life can actually bring about karma. Why? Because you don't care about other people. You are nonchalant about people's misgivings, and the children you bring up actually are beginning to see that. They're beginning to grow to understand that is how things should be. And then, you can look at a situation, you're riding a motorbike, someone decide to cut you off, and you decide to retaliate, and out of that retaliation, you get taken off the road by another vehicle. And that's
your best friend's husband,
that's
or
an instant
boyfriend.
Karma. Yeah, it's an instant karma. So the thing is actually that they say, do unto others as you want people to do towards you. And I think that there is more to this story, and because it's actually been allowed to blow to where a blowout to. And one thing, at one point I want to make, this is addressing Voice of Ghana when she said what she said the last time, and I think Elaine came on to say the same thing. You see, sometimes in life, you always have to think about there is one lender of last resort. No, so regardless of what your condition is, and you may have children and have other children, maybe they are not as well to do. And even the one that is well to do, you've not spoken to him for 10 years, 100 years. At the end of the day, out of desperation, that may be your last resort. And if it becomes your last resort, maybe the ways and manners in which this whole thing escalated may not have been the best way, especially if the father going public. But at the end of the day, out of desperation, I'm sure people have surrounded him. I'm sure people also want to benefit from this thing going viral, surrounding the man, taking the video to say, oh, we post it now. Once we post it, who is making that noise now? Once we post it, before you know what's going on, he will respond. And someone did mention something. You see, when you urge a man out of desperation to actually take an action, and that action is not the best action, there are also people killed in the background to benefit from it financially. And that's us as human beings. You see, you will find out that the guy is not acting alone, but the people that actually pushed him to throw this on social media also wants to benefit from it.
Exactly. So, that's what I can see. Yeah. I can see all of them. Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
So it's unfortunate, this whole thing. But
it should have been the other way around.
In any family, remember, when Mama and Papa are in village and our brother is doing well in the city, and all the ones in the village are waiting for brother to come. Brother is blown, is doing well in the city. And at the end of the day, where else do you want them to go? They're not going to go to people, villagers and be begging for coins. They will go into the city and go and look for brother.
Exactly.
That's the reality of life.
As we all hear, we all have our crosses to bear. There's some extended relatives that will come to you on a yearly basis. You just have to, budget yourself, plan yourself. Okay, this year, this is how much I'm giving out to people. End of story. For me, I believe Asake, yes, he probably needs a kind of, how would I say, a therapy by himself for himself, to understand the magnitude and support his father, especially at this sick stage of his. The man is very sick. He has a stroke, and somebody has a stroke and he will suffer double stroke in between. Organize a carer for him, get him in a very comfortable place, nice place that he himself will be happy about. And then he can only blame himself. Yeah, but with the kind of money he has, he can do that without any problem.
It's a difficult position. You still need to sort of understand the spirit of anger and the spirit of...
What are you saying? Excuse me. What exactly are you saying? In this case, I can't actually say, because I keep seeing some sort of pattern regarding Asake's behavior. Eventually, the lady that supported him while he was in uni, he fucked. I'm sorry to use that word. I swear a lot. He ended up messing up with the lady. What has Asake's daughter done to him?
Yeah,
let's leave his father. Let's say he was a bad dad, and that is not what. I don't even think you guys have been looking at what's happening on social media. There are some guys that they've been going from door to door in Lagos Island just to make inquiries, investigate this whole issue to know if truly the man was actually in his life, not Asake's family. And they've all been saying good things about the man in terms of the man actually being there for Asake. Now let's leave that. It could be maybe some sort of emotional stuff happened in the house. Maybe that's why he's doing that. But what has the daughter done to him? So I'm saying the pattern of now he's got fame, because there are people like that. What money does to people, you can't plan for it. Me, I'm a single mom, two kids. I'm into Haiti, and I know that in my life I can never be broke. I know I got with God, all things are possible. I know I will never be broke. But if my children decide to do this rubbish, if I need them in future, if anything that is worse than social media is outside at that particular point in time, I'm fucking calling them how. I will call them how. At the moment, I'm very ill. My son is ill. He can't go to nursery, but I still got my laptop in here. I'm working. And I suffered. I know how much I've suffered. Even though the dad is not like there. There are times my daughter would block her dad. She's 12 years, and I would tell her, "Don't make me slap you. The guy is rich or he's not rich. He's still your dad. There are some things. It's just common sense. He's still your dad. Don't try
That's
it.
you being a good mother.
Now, that
not
is
not,
me.
not
That
every
is
mom will
me.
agree with
Yeah,
you.
yeah, that is me being a good mom. Okay? Whatever that is contributing, appreciate it. See, I've used my kind of person, the way I am, to even change him to be a better person for his own kids. You get what I'm trying to say? But now, in the future, I've labored for these children all alone, and I now need them, which I know that I live in the UK. I'm never going to be broke. I'm not going to lie. But I will still need them to be there for me because I was there for them. And if there's anything worse than social media, I will call them out.
Yeah, we all know that
So we are
there's more to
different. So
life
I'm
than
never
money.
going to blame. Baba Asake now came out. Asake is now saying, okay, I'm going to pay your bills. If you guys heard what he said, for 3 years, he's been trying to contact this guy.
That's your story. The story is different from what I heard. Right.
You go on social media, keep saying a couple of things, and you know that Asake. Some people said Asake from different people that they've been saying all sort of things. That Asake, the name is Ashake's mom. No, Ashake's mom is Fali. Asake is grandma's name.
Is Ashake's auntie's name who helped raise Asake, and
No,
he
they said
found
it's
inspiration
the
in her name,
grandma.
and she died
They said it's not
before he became
Asake.
famous.
Okay, one thing we have to understand is that in every family there's a story.
There
must
always
be a story. There's always a story.
So where is humanity in us? You know one thing, I'm going to drop because I need to go into a meeting now. I don't care about what Asake does to his father, but here is the thing, he's got a child. So I don't want it to be because me, I'm looking at the pattern. The lady that stood by you when you were in uni, eventually she's no longer good. You have your choice. I can decide, but that doesn't mean that you've got a child.
And just to support what you say, he dumped Olamide too.
He's got a pattern. He's dumping people
just like that.
That is the angle I want you guys to look at it.
You, ma, please.
Yeah, please. You can go ahead. Sorry, who's got a question for me?
No. I just support what you said. I say he dumped
Olamide just like that. People. See, let's be human. In whatever we do, life is never going to be fair. When I was married, my ex would tell me, life is not fair. It's not going to be fair with me. I used to cry that time, but he was teaching me something. He wanted me to realize one thing, because I came from a home that is quite loving. And I expect that, when you're married, two same people are coming together, I expected us to be sane. But it was not sane. But then, when he would tell me life is not fair, don't expect me to be fair with you. But later, I started learning, because I didn't learn that time. If I had learned that time, eventually I trusted so many people after that I'm like, okay. And I got heartbroken. Now, I'm not tough, but I have this expectation that, people can do whatever they want to do. But here is the thing. Can we just try to be fair? Even if, I don't want to talk about my own family. I'm from a broken family as well. But my daddy took care of us. See, at times if I don't have any money and that man calls me for anything, I'm going to drop it. I'm telling you, because I could see how much he suffered for us. He would cook for us. He would do so many things. When my mates were okay, we don't do things like that. It's not as if we're from a rich family. I think it got rich when I was about living uni. That was able to send me to come to Oxford to come and study. But then you just have to but we lived together and we suffered together. I didn't say my dad did I not go through some things that time. I went through some things. I went when there was no money. I went through some things, but the fact that he stood there, he didn't abandon me. Even the one that abandoned us, I'm still taking care of her. You just have to be human. And now let's leave Asake. What has Ashake's dad? What has the daughter done to this guy? Why isn't dumping everybody around him? That is my question. It needs to change. That daughter, he should take care of that daughter. So let's say this whole story came out and I didn't see some sort of pattern, then I can believe whatever every other person has been saying.
So, Olatiwe, can I ask you that maybe Asake actually needs a therapy himself?
Yeah, of course that it does now. Of course it does. Yeah. It needs that, and then it needs
You
to be
see,
after
all
himself.
of you who are speaking here, I want to believe that you guys are reasonable enough to make some certain
Papayano,
decisions.
can I answer that lady 1 minute, please? I came up because of her. The lady asked the question that why is Asake dumping everyone around him? I think you should ask Mohbad that question. If Mohbad had dumped everyone around him, if people are giving you your mental health problem, dump them, leave them be.
Okay, sure, I'm not to mental health.
How do you have that information for dump from where? The child is living with the father. Torí pé bàbá yẹn jáde lẹ ṣe rò pé dump ọmọ ẹ̀. No now, bàbá yẹn ọgọ́ ló fẹ́ báyé Àṣàkẹ́ jẹ́. Do you get me?
I don't get you. Sorry, I'm not.
Let's even be fair here, right? What is the relationship between Asake and the baby mama? Like, is that child truly Ashake's child? Has Asake ever disputed that child? And why is the baby mama living in the father's house? For what? I don't understand. To do what? I mean, Baba mi no fe kajo mi.
Exactly. You said it all.
See, the child is
because
11
he
or 12
provides
years.
for them.
If you've got issue with the paternity of the child, you can easily do DNA. And even let's say the man has done something wrong, yeah.
Mind, I don't know why you always
Even let's say the man has actually done something wrong, you can take care of people from afar. There are some people in my family that I take care of them from afar. You see, if you know, I know this line now. I understand that this line, people are not fair.
Yeah. Can you ask yourself, what if Asake is abandoning his father because of that lady too? Because there are some people you don't want in your life, and you want to push them away, but some people will encourage them just because they want to get at you, and you will get away with both of them or all of them. Because maybe Asake is trying to avoid that lady. He don't like, maybe the lady was not good to him. Maybe he knows that child is not his child. You never know. Maybe there's dispute between them. Wait now. Wait.
I thought about the
maybe there's dispute. Wait now, let me finish. Maybe there's dispute between them long ago, but the lady, because there are some people, they will always pretend. Even she knows that Asake knows that child is not his child, but they will always come around the family to manipulate. You know, this kind of ladies. What she want to tell me that since she got that child for
Asake father, they want that woman to marry to Asake. What if they are forcing that woman?
And you don't want that woman.
And you
don't want that woman.
Is that now the reason why he cannot take care of his own father from afar?
Yeah, it can be a reason. Because if you are doing
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I still have a bit of humanity in myself. Yeah.
Wait now. When people are hurting you, they don't have humanity. When you pay back, you don't have humanity, right? If they are hurting you, they are not reasoning what they are doing to you. Immediately you want to pay your own back. They will
That's an illustration or your point of
you shouldn't speak that way.
I'm not.
No. But she's saying that humanitarian. She has.
Yeah, we have to be human in anything we do. In anything
but when people are hurting you, they are not human too. They are human, but almost thinking that they are hurting you.
Let me tell you,
I'm sorry to say this.
Let me tell you, that's why
I don't reason this way.
Let me tell you, that's why
we have to ask questions before we judge. My only thing I'm saying before we say all
let me tell you something.
Let's balance the conversation.
My major concern is with the daughter.
Everybody, let's add up little, okay, so that everybody can go.
Let me tell you
something.
That is the major problem we are having because we already got it wrong as human. Okay, we need to be human first before any other thing. Where is the humanity in him? Because the thing is, if someone like him, how big he is a superstar and everything. If the child is even though you are having issues or you're having, he's been with the child, not today. So what has changed? Why is it now that he's trying to say maybe the child is not his or something?
He's not even saying that. And somebody
So it's
actually
not
said
saying that.
earlier
So
that there was
it's
a
your
picture of him
Apparently, he has
playing
responsibility.
with
never
a child.
denied. He has never denied the
They has
paternity of the
never
boy.
denied that
Yeah,
fact.
so
So I don't know what
it's
Fazot is saying.
I
responsibility to
just read
take
it.
Okay,
care of the
guys,
child.
when
We all
Ashake
have to
said,
ask.
Baba mi no fe kajo me, what does he mean by that?
It might be something
Yeah,
else. It might
he's
be
trying.
against his
Yes,
mother.
And do you know that something? If it's you, can you take that something else?
It
Ashake
could
is
be against his
reasonable.
mother. It could be against it
see,
could be against his
he,
mother. And he
yes,
loves his mother.
Say that
No, 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 no. You can
he's
tell it's
okay
money
with his
issue.
mom.
Apparently,
So why
that's
do you
nothing
think
else.
that is the
Yeah, it
It's
could
mother?
even be
money.
He's
money
okay with
issue.
his mom.
It's money issue. He
see.
has
Let me
given
tell
the
you
dad
something.
a
Let me tell you
big
something.
money, and the man squandered it. Simple.
Yes, the man might have squandered. See, let me tell you something. You know
Listen,
when
I
your
don't want to be